Are you talking about like get a check cut to you on this day?
I mean, Floyd Mayweather.
No, I didn't make as much money as you'd think fighting Floyd.
Did you get paid from that?
He still owes me $1.5 million. Maybe more.
How does he owe you the money? Why don't you just like...
Here's what happened.
When we're getting ready to shoot, he's got like these kind of people at his house.
Right.
And there's this like old school jeweler dude there. Like they're like, oh, this is like one of the OG jeweler guys. This is like who everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, and I'm not going to say who it is, but he's like, Mayweather's broke.
Really is hard to spend that much money and end up in a situation where you have to fight at 49 because you're so used to a lifestyle that brings in giant amounts of money that the only way for you to make a giant amount of money is to do what he's presently doing, which is something that somehow will make money because people will still want to watch.
Look, when me and Floyd, when they were visibly able to see our relationship, because Floyd, we've been friends since 2002. He said something to me one time, very simple. He said, what a prize fighter fight for? And I'm like, and he said, the prize. So it's okay for you to watch the fight. Don't nobody watch Floyd fight to see how amazing he is. They watch it for the opportunity to see him lose.
Right.
Because they don't like him. They don't like him because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no...
Confronted with mounting legal bills and a lifestyle that refuses to downshift, Floyd Mayweather has shocked everyone by coming out of retirement. But this time, it isn't for legacy, it's for liquidity. For years, the Money Mayweather brand was built on the image of an untouchable vault. But according to his former opponent Logan Paul, that vault is currently sitting empty.
Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2. The fight nobody asked for except me. I need this. Because if Floyd wins, he can finally pay me my $1.5 million. I don't care about the legacy fight. I don't care that these men have a combined age of 100 years. I care that Floyd Mayweather, the best boxer alive, uses those same hands that made him 100 million to Venmo me my money. And Floyd, if you're watching this, win it and pay me back or I'm going to send my goons after you. Gotcha. Hey.
While Floyd's brand is centered on being the A side of every transaction, observers are now questioning if the 50-0 legend is actually underwater. The news that Mayweather is attempting an unprecedented 3-fight run in 2026, all while he approaches his 50th birthday, has fueled rumors that he is desperately chasing the same green paper he used to burn for the cameras.
Floyd has announced another exhibition set to take place this year before he fights Manny Pacquiao, which is already going to be, assume, a massive fight because it's going to be on Netflix. He has an exhibition with Mike Tyson planned in April or May, and now he has a fight against Greek kickboxer and martial artist Mike Zambides. I don't even know what to say about any of this. It's going to be in June. It's in Athens, Greece. And it's the third fight of the year for a Floyd Mayweather that is clearly going broke. And it's not just, and if you guys didn't see the video I did talking about Floyd coming back to fight Mike, this is not me sensationalizing. This is the truth. There is no speculation, but I told you guys, Floyd owes a lot of people a lot of money and he don't have it. Because the simple truth in life is, it's not about how much money you can make, it's about how much you keep. And Floyd, compared to what he made in his career, is keeping pennies. And somehow, Logan Paul called it. Maybe it's just, allegedly scammers stick together, but Logan knew it. And now we all do too.
Exposed by his former business associates and rivals, the details of Floyd's recent hustles suggest a pattern of high-stakes desperation. Logan Paul recently went public with a bombshell allegation. Floyd reportedly double-dipped on their 2021 exhibition by selling the rights to the fight behind Logan's back.
What's the most you've made in a single day?
Are you talking about like get a check cut to you on this day?
I mean, Floyd Mayweather.
No, I didn't make as much money as you'd think fighting Floyd.
Did you get paid from that?
He still owes me $1.5 million. Maybe more.
How does he owe you the money? Why don't you just like...
Here's what happened. He pre-sold the fight using my likeness to some company in, I think, Dubai or like the Middle East. This is my understanding of it, for $10 million cash. We ended up doing the fight in the States with a different company. That is the company that put on the fight. That is the company that paid. But he sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight, bro. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million.
This Dubai ghost deal has allegedly triggered massive legal hurdles for the champ. If these reports of stealing front-end capital are true, it explains why Floyd is suddenly so eager to step back into the ring.
That company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment that I don't think I'm ever getting him.
Now, if you wanted to be generous, you could say, you know what? Floyd saw what Manny Pacquiao did in the Mario Barrios fight and thinks, I could still be a world champ, or I can still operate at the highest level of this game, and I just love boxing so much that I'm going to come back. Well, that's being generous, and it would make sense that Floyd would take a couple of tune-ups before he got back in there with Manny Pacquiao. But this is the same Floyd Mayweather back in 2017, 2018 that explicitly said he was done with professional boxing because he had done all he needed to do, and he had made more money than anyone in the sport ever. I'm pretty sure $1.1 billion puts him at the tippy top of that. So this call me a skeptic, but I don't think Floyd, who had all the money in the world and did accomplish everything with a perfect record, would be putting that perfect record on the line unless he needed to leverage it for money.
Vowed to never return to professional boxing after the McGregor spectacle, Mayweather is now in what experts call liquidation mode. He is offloading his most prized assets at fire sale prices, a move rarely seen by someone with a supposed billion-dollar net worth.
He just sold his house in Vegas.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I think he's
He got
facing a bunch.
rinsed on that house. He started at $14 million. He custom built the house, by the way, in like 2006.
Yeah.
Started at 14, reduced to 12,
Yeah.
10, 8 came on the market.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of house for 8.
Yeah.
So for 6.6.
Oh, he really got
Just the
rinsed.
cost to build that house was 9 or 10.
Whoa, he got rinsed.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
It was huge.
Goddamn.
Why do you get up every day and go to work? Why are you going to your job next week? Why will you be at your job the week after that? Because you need the money. What's wrong with that? And why are we attempting to tease Floyd? Is Floyd? Yes, he's broke. Of course he's broke. He's a boxer. That they say can't read. That's not to tease him. They say that he can't read. His best friend at the time said that he can't read, and he never denied it. I don't tease him for it. He was a guy who grew up in a boxing gym, right? It's one of these things. You know what you know. You know what you were taught. I didn't teach him about contracts. I didn't teach him about saving. I didn't teach him about investments. Who would have taught him these things? Of course he's broke. He's a gambling addict. You got baby mamas all over the... What do you mean is he broke? Of course he's broke. What boxer do you know that isn't broke? What a ridiculous question. The numbers aren't what you think they are, right? The numbers are good and they made a lot of money, but it's not what you think it is. And yeah, of course Floyd's broke. Would you be boxing if you weren't?
From selling his private Air Mayweather plane to offloading real estate at a massive net loss, the money brand is facing a reality check. When a man who claims to have generational wealth is selling off his primary assets at a 40% deficit, it sends a clear signal to the market. He needs cash, and he needs it immediate.
If I'm the promoter of Floyd versus Tyson, for example, which I do not believe is going to happen. I only tell you that because Polymart's taking odds right now. You get 3-1. 3-1 at least 10 days ago. Whether the fight even happens. And I would be on the side that it's not going to happen. But I'll tell you why. Not only is there no hype, no promotion, no media arm, and really no interest in that fight. Now, in all fairness, if that fight was going on right now, I would stop what I was doing and watch it. But I'm just sharing for you. Not only is there no momentum behind this fight, if I am the promoter and I do book that fight and Floyd comes out and announces a fight prior to that, which he did, Manny Pacquiao, our deal is now off. And not only did he come in and do that, which is a very underhanded, in the world of boxing, that is a very underhanded thing to do. And as a promoter and somebody that's in the space and is trying to turn a dollar, Floyd would not allow somebody to do that in his promotion, right? Which is very much the same scenario that he finds himself with Showtime. He's arguing that Showtime did something to him that Jake Paul is arguing Floyd did to him. Floyd would not book a fight and then allow one of those principals to then announce a fight prior to that. Now, Floyd bookended it. He not only did one prior to the Tyson fight, he booked one after the Tyson fight. And again, that is very underhanded. That is not within the spirit of boxing, within the spirit of the contract, or within the spirit of the tradition. There's something, a legal term known as standard of the industry. That would be against the standard of the industry. I do not believe that those other two fights are going to happen. I think that we're first going to have to get to the Pacquiao fight, and then a promoter might make a decision. But how badly would Mike Tyson want to beat a guy, or even fight a guy, or even risk whatever could happen if the guy gets beat up by Manny Pacquiao?
At 49 years old, Floyd has mapped out a grueling 2026 schedule that would break a man half his age. Mike Tyson in April, a Greek kickboxer in June, and the long-awaited Manny Pacquiao rematch in September. This cash grab trilogy is being viewed by many as a strategic bank robbery to settle debts with the IRS and various jewelry creditors.
When we're getting ready to shoot, he's got like these kind of people at his house,
right?
And there's this like old school jeweler dude there. Like they're like, oh, this is like one of the OG jeweler guys. This is like who everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, and I'm not gonna say who it is, but he's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like
I
crazy.
mean, it only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy shit like that.
But you would think that your investments would continue to grow.
Right.
As long as you keep your spending under wraps. Like right now, so I assume that Mayweather was in a similar spot because he made so much cash, and if you invested even in common stocks, you should do pretty well. But I mean, listen, Mayweather never flies commercial. I don't know. I mean, you have a lot of properties, you have a lot of money you're constantly spending.
Right.
I don't know. Remember at one point he said he was buying like the jewelry district building.
Yeah, and they said
that
they
wasn't
said that
true.
was cap. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know this man's finances, but this guy told me that Mayweather is in financial problems.
The concern among the boxing community is no longer about Floyd's chin, but his checkbook. To go from fighting once every 2 years to 3 times in 5 months suggests that the tax man is knocking louder than ever. Since 2017, reports have circulated that Floyd owed upwards of $22 million in back taxes, and these upcoming exhibitions appear to be the only way to balance the ledger.
It really is hard to spend that much money and end up in a situation where you have to fight at 49 because you're so used to a lifestyle that brings in giant amounts of money that the only way for you to make a giant amount of money is to do what he's presently doing, which is something that somehow will make money because people will still want to watch if Floyd Mayweather can lose, because that's where he made his $1.2 billion. He made it in us watching to see if he'd lose. It is an enormous amount of money that he will make, though it pales in comparison to the previous amounts that he's made. But I remember telling you guys here when I saw it on South Beach at the height of his earning, right? He and his crew walk into a place that's crowded. It's by the pool. It's a pool party. And one of the guys just takes out of the duffel bag $10,000 in cash to get it for a handful of beach chairs by a pool. And I remember saying at the time, and I felt judgmental saying it, but I'm like, that's exactly how you go broke, no matter how much money it is that you've made.
Right. He also spent heavily on luxury goods, including a $402 million 60-building acquisition in New York, on top of just carrying around $80,000 in Louis V backpacks, in which he was caught spending $500,000 in Louis V in one sitting. Back to you, Dano.
The real estate ventures, I've heard him brag about the real estate ventures. You mentioned $400 million. It's supposed to be an investment. That's not supposed to be money lost. That's supposed to be something that accrues. That's a place to put your money so that you continue to make money with your money. It is, I'm not kidding you when I say it's really hard to blow $1.2 billion. And when you get to 49 and have to do this, what do you imagine 60 is going to look like for Floyd if he cannot get his spending in order because he's gotten used to a lifestyle that's asinine?
In a desperate legal Hail Mary, Mayweather has also filed a nuclear $340 million lawsuit against Showtime Networks and Steven Espinosa. He alleges that his former partners colluded to rob him of his rightful earnings. However, in the court of public opinion, his credibility is taking a hit, especially with his old rival 50 Cent fueling the fire.
2026, this is what Floyd Mayweather wrote. 2026 is already shaping up to be an exciting year for me. Europe, I'm on my way to entertain. Athens, Greece, get ready for an all-out exhibition. This summer will be a legendary battle. June is a month where history will be made in Telecom Center. Different energy, different level. All right, so I love it. And I love first of all, the fact that he's fighting Mike Tyson. I like that. Why? Because I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. And look, bro, you really can't take it with you. You know what I mean? These guys have an opportunity to be on Netflix and be seen by 40, 50 million people in the fight, in the first fight with Mike Tyson. That's huge. Mike Tyson versus Floyd, I think the highest rated show that has been on television, boxing match that has been in the last, since Ali, probably. Definitely since the days of when ABC was showing things. Over 100 million people watched Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul. You can get Mike Tyson, and Floyd Mayweather can do those type of numbers as well. I think they can do those type of numbers on Netflix. And then you have Floyd Mayweather. You have this exhibition in Greece to see Floyd pop up in the middle of these two big mega fights in a fight in Greece. Yeah, just call that's just something that makes sense to me. So then you have the fight with Manny Pacquiao, and you know Manny Pacquiao, especially if Mike Tyson Floyd Mayweather Jr. looks good against Mike Tyson, and it's an enjoyable event. Man, you can expect even more coming out of that from Floyd Mayweather Jr. if he gets Manny Pacquiao. And the Manny Pacquiao fight, they're making a real fight. You may get a fourth fight out of that. I'm telling you right now, that can make Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s money problems go away, because I don't think that there's another athlete really in the world that could pull that off.
Industry insiders view this lawsuit as a last-ditch effort to find a settlement whale to cover his overhead. With commercial properties in Vegas reportedly facing foreclosure and property taxes piling up on his Girl Collection strip club, the $340 million claim looks less like a legitimate grievance and more like a lottery ticket. While Floyd continues to claim he is TBE, the best ever, the community is divided on whether these farcical exhibitions are tarnishing a perfect 50-0 record.
You can't throw the money in people's faces and talk about, well, you know, they don't got this, they don't do it like me. I got this jet, this Louis Vuitton bag, I got this. Remember when Gucci put out that situation and the black community was upset and I'm not standing with them. I'm my own person. I'm going into Gucci and I'm buying this. I'm going to go in there and spend $20,000 right now. Unnecessarily. Buying 26 watches in 1 year. Ridiculous. 10 chains, 26 watches. He owes the money for that. It's being reported he owes the money for the jet fuel, to fuel the jets. Oh, this Air Mayweather, you know, they don't do it like me. You throwing that in people's faces. Yes, you have made a lot of money in your career. Now you suing Showtime and Steven Espinosa for $340 million, saying that they helped Al Heyman and colluded with Al Heyman, his former business partner. premier boxing champion, founder, and advisor, collude and take money from him, $340 million. And now Floyd Mayweather is getting ready to have 3 fights this year. He's looking to recoup all that money. This is just a confirmation. This is an admission. That's what this is, an admission. This is Floyd Mayweather telling you, I need the money. Now, is he broke?
As Floyd prepares to dance with Mike Tyson and trade shots with Pacquiao one last time, the aura of the money persona has officially faded. He is a master of the sweet science, but he appears to have failed the most important lesson of all: how to say no to the lifestyle that's now consuming him.
I'm assuming that most people who are watching Floyd Mayweather, one of the few names in boxing that still somehow matters because there are very few of them, comes out of retirement at 49 years old. We're assuming, right? Everyone's assuming he needs money, right? Nobody goes back into the game of possibly being hit and embarrassed in front of people simply because they love boxing a great deal at the age of 49.
He's probably incredibly confused why someone keeps selling his mortgages. He probably has a dozen homes and 3 dozen different people holding his mortgages lately. That's why he's fighting.
It's the price of blow pops that has brought him back into
I'm sure all of
fighting.
it. And he doesn't look, from where I was sitting over the last 20 years, didn't seem like he was like super fiscally responsible. This is the least surprising thing ever.
We are talking about the most fiscally irresponsible athlete there has ever been, ever, if he can blow this amount of money. There's never been anything close to this kind of fiscal irresponsibility in the history of sports, because I'm guessing all of the other people you're going to mention there, Jeremy, aren't having any issues. They may have tax problems. They don't have to come out of retirement at 49 for another big payday because they've gone through all of that money.
I think Mickelson did.
It could be a coincidence, but Floyd Mayweather is smack in the middle of Neymar and Phil Mickelson. Yep. Those 3 guys gamble a lot. They wager a ton. There's a famous internet video of Neymar on a poker app while his daughter's being sung a happy birthday.
So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.